passion, business, loisirs. Mécasine hyper lubrifiant vous présente le championnat de France de drift.
Bonjour et bienvenue sur le route.
Hello and welcome to round 3 of the French Drift Championship Uniroyal 2016. As you can see behind me, we are at Croix-en-Ternois. It's a really fast racetrack with a really big run-up zone. The attack zone is fast as well. You'll see the drivers will repeatedly take two high-speed curves. On this show, we will start with the interviews of the judges. You will discover a little bit better what's going on backstage of the championship, but also what the judges expect from the drivers. Next, we will see the battle, but right now, we will start with the qualifications. Third and great performance from Philippe Ferreira with the blue BMW prepared in his workshop PF Motorsport in Paris. As Thomas explained, we can see the layout with the starting zone. Here the clip number 1 inside and the clip number 2 outside, and here the clip number 3 with the back wheels until the arrival line and the long curve on the right. Great place for Philippe Ferreira. Second best performance of the qualifications for Jocelyn Janin, the driver of the BMW Banet of the Team 21 Motorsport. Also, as we can see on this great run, we can note the 10th place for Francesco Conti, the 9th place for David Meunier, the 8th position for Laurent Cousin, 7th Axel François, 6th Benjamin Boulbès, 5th position Laurent Nikitin, and the 4th one for Romain Soukas. And now the poleman of the day, best performance of the day but also of his young career, Nicolas Dufour, driving the BMW E30 of the Voodoo Ride team. Really great run, he wasn't expecting that, he was really regular, he had some problems in the trials, but in the end, at all costs, his run was great, really fluid. Congrats Nicolas Dufour, pole position. Today, let's go discover the backstage of the French Drifting Championship with the interview of the judges. There are 3, and it's now time for the interviews.
Les critères de jugement.
The judging standards are the course of the car. Then we ask the drivers to attack the course, to push the limits, and all the time being as fluid as possible. Avoiding jerking, because it doesn't look good. It's a little bit like figure skating. It's got to be fluid and beautiful while taking risks. It also invokes your emotion, like at the build-up when starting the race. On the entrance, the telemetrical might measure the big angle or indicate parameters that we can see. But there still is the rush that a good start can give. When they take risks, that's what we love to see.
Telemetry is a special device that records data from some different sensors and transmit in real time this data to our station. I use the speed of the car, the angle with the gyroscope. It's a sensor that calculates the angle of the car. And the acceleration, the linear and the lateral acceleration. I use also 2 GPS for each car, for the position on the track, for the distance from clipping point, from the distance during the battle, the distance from the 2 cars.
The judgment really starts at the starting zone, which is shown by the first 2 lines. What we love to see at this point is them attacking the first curve, because there we start to judge. The driver that will use the brake to drift will slow his speed, and that's less appreciated than someone that will clutch kick the curve. It's taking the curve without losing speed. Next, they will be on the first bend that they will need to negotiate, and then they will come to the first clipping point. That will give us a first information of whether they've met the standard on the course. The difficulty on the first bend is that most of the drivers do not take advantage of the width of the track. Most of them stick to the inside instead of the outside. Right after the starting zone, where they should be on the outside, then attack the clipping zone on the inside and use the width of the track in order to navigate to the second clipping point at the end of the bend, which is an obligated passage point on the track before reaching the third clipping point, positioned at the beginning of the last curve. We are speaking about drifting, not power sliding here. If we take the clipping point properly, it means that we worked well all along and that we will take the last curve correctly. After the trial and the qualification rounds, it's now time for the battles. Each driver compete against each other, one's leader, one's chaser. Let's watch now. The traditional parade of the drivers from the top 16, always popular with the crowd, the partners, but also with the drivers who love it. For the first battle of the top 16, whom oppose Nicolas Dufour to our Swiss Arnaud Emery. Nicolas Dufour is leader because he is the most qualified one. It's always the same rule in drifting. The most qualified one is leader on the first run, and on the second run, that's the other way around. We can see here a clean run without big mistakes, and at the end of the second runs, it's the one more time. We are directly showing you the one more time. One more time, I remind you that at the end of the runs, the judges declare the two drivers on equal position. So we start over the battle. No big mistakes, no spin, no wheels outside, and Nicolas Dufour is coming back. What will be the results? Once again, it's a one more time, the drivers are really at equal position. Is there a tires change? Remy asked. Apparently not. The drivers start again, so of course we can show you all the runs of the one more time, otherwise it will be too long. Nicolas seems to have more angle than Arnaud Emery. And yes, the winner is Nicolas Dufour with 3 votes to 0. Congratulations to Arnaud Emery for your performance, always showing off his stuff, even if eliminated. Second battle, Laurent Cousin opposed to David Meunier. Long handbrake for Laurent Cousin. The clip number 1 is validated, the number 2 also. The cars are very powerful. We have over 600 horsepower easily. And the winner is David Meunier. He is really happy. We can see here the attack zone that Timothée Cozin was telling us about earlier. So we continue with Romain Soucas against Nicolas Jouard. So Romain, who seemed to put his wheel inside, but the clip number 1 is validated. We can see on the track clip 1, clip 2, clip 3. The spectators are waiting for the result, and the winner is Nicolas Jouard. We continue with Laurent Nikitin on the S14 against Sébastien Blanchet with the white BMW E30. There still is a large crowd here at Crans-Monthernois. And it's Sébastien Blanchet who eliminated Laurent Nikitin. Alexandre put the telemetrical boxes. We have Philippe Ferreira in the blue BMW against Gary Galopin in the white E30. I remind you that Philippe Ferreira made the 3rd best performance during the qualification, but he just made a mistake on the clip number 2. Is it a victory for Gary Galopin? And yes, the winner is Gary Galopin. Benjamin Boulbès in his new BMW M3 Cabriolet against Antoine Amar. The two drivers know each other very well. Benjamin Boulbès, who takes a lot of angle, followed closely by Antoine Amar. Antoine is coming back strongly. Oops, no, he just hit a pole. So what the judges will decide? Well, the winner is Benjamin Boulbès. Antoine Amar really did hit a pole, which means 0. It's eliminating on top 16. So, Axel François, S13 Extreme Drift leader against Kevin Holstein, whom eliminated this morning the Italian winner of the King of Europe, Francesco Conti. And winner, Kevin Holstein, really great performance. And here is the iconic lap that François is known for. We keep going with Yanni Delay, S15, Dark Dog, against Jocelyn Janin, the runner-up of the qualifications. It's going super fast, we couldn't see well at the clip number 2. There was a wheel on the sand for Yanni Delay. Yes, the winner is Jocelyn Janin. The top 8 presented with this great Nissan Skyline R35. Nicolas Dufour against David Meunier. We are in the top 8, it's the first battle. We can hear the fans of David Meunier. With a mistake with David Meunier, who went straight on the last curve. Victory for Nicolas Dufour. Nicolas Dufour can be happy, he is in pole position, he's already qualified for the semi-final. Now it's Stéphane Blanchet, BMW E30 against Nicolas Lajoie, DC Racing. A little less angle for the Subaru. And yes, it's a one more time. We start over, guys. The crowd loves it, and the victory is for Sébastien Blanchet. It's great, I'm really happy that I got there. Fabulous. We fought well, we loved well, it was great. And so the victory goes to Sébastien Blanchet, and the crowd is really happy about it. And now it's Benjamin Boulbès against Garriga Lopin. It's a BMW's duo. They're not from the same generation. It's the first race for this BMW, who was prepared by the Propulse team from Montauban. It's a reliable car that still needs to be fine-tuned according to the driver and the mechanics. And the victory goes to Benjamin Boulbès. He's qualified for the semi-final. It's really amazing because the car is out for the first run of the year and I already have a great feeling with it. And we are super happy. We've been working on it for 1 year. It really is the accomplishment of an entire team. And I really want to thank all my team, our partners and sponsors who trusted us. So thanks to all. So we keep going on this top 8. Run 1 for Jocelyn Janin against Kevin Holstein. Kevin Holstein, who's really in great shape. Jocelyn Janin should be worried because Kevin knocked out Francesco this morning. And it's okay for Jocelyn Janin, it's all good for him, who needs to be reassured that he can win the title. So I'm really happy, it's really good, already 3 races, we made it into the top 4 every time. We scored a maximum of points today, it was really great, good battle against Kevin, brilliant. First semi-final, leader Nicolas Dufour against Sébastien Blanchet. It's a BMW's E30 duel. They're at least 30 years old, but they're great. It's beautiful to watch, it's really fluid from Nicolas Dufour and Sébastien, who comes back strongly at the last curve, but there he too much away. I think that his tires are out. Yes, it's a victory for Nicolas Dufour. So, second consecutive final for Nicolas Dufour after the one at Paul Ricard. Now he's in final at Croix-en-Ternois. And now Jocelyn Janin and Benjamin Boulbès, 800 horsepower each car, more than 1,600 horsepower on the tarmac for the great joy of the crowd at Croix-en-Ternois. Benjamin, who escaped a little, we know it, Benjamin told us his BMW is still in the process of being upgraded, so it's still missing some fine-tuning, missing a little bit of motor function. It looks like it really is burning for the GT Radial. Yes, victory for Jocelyn Janin. He is really happy. It's now time to sign some autographs. I'll see you after the break. The break is now over. I hope that, like us, you ate well. It's now time for the small final of the Drift Championship. Rémi Andrieux gives the start to the two drivers, Benjamin Boulbès, leader, against Sébastien Blanchet. Let's enjoy the sound of the engines. And Sébastien, who comes back on the BMW GT Radial. The technique is really to be, if possible, at the starting zone. We can see the angle that the BMW takes. It's really great. We should be anxious. Benjamin drives well already. If he's able to master it, it will be a dangerous weapon for his international course. Rémi gives the start to the drivers. Go! Sébastien Blanchet, leader. So I remind you that the results won't be given at the end of this run, but directly on the podium. Benjamin, who takes more angle than Sébastien, but Sébastien is way faster. And yes, he is able to outrun Benjamin Boulbès. It's a clean run. He was able to put up with the pressure of competing against this great driver that is Benjamin, with all his records in France and abroad. Beautiful slow motion image. It's a real pleasure to watch the drift. Now it's the big final. Rémi is waiting for the instruction of the direction. Still this beautiful Skyline R35. Nicolas Dufour, second final after the one at Paul Ricard, is running against Jocelyn Janin. Both of them want their first title in the French Drift Championship. The battle will be brutal. We can hear the unusual noise that Jocelyn Janin's engine makes. Two different cars, as we have 3.2 liters atmospheric for Nicolas Dufour, leader in the E30 Voodoo ride. We can see here his handbrake technique. He manages line thanks to the handbrake. And we have a turbo engine for Jocelyn's BMW with more than 800 horsepower, so more than the double horsepower compared to the 350 of Nicolas Dufour. But the weight being different, we can watch great battles. Same technique for Jocelyn Janin to manage his line with the handbrake. Nicolas is good there. He comes back after the transition at clip number 3. It's a great battle. Two really good drivers with two great cars. We are watching a great show. Only 1 meter away from each other, it's impressive. It really is a pleasure when we are driver to be inside this kind of car, experiencing this kind of battle. We are now going to put the cars for the podium. It's a custom to put the cars opposite the crowd with all the teams and the 4 drivers also. We still don't know which one is 4th or 3rd as it was a small final.
À la 4e place
In
de ce
4th
round 3 du
position
championnat
of
de
this
France de
round 3
drift,
of the French
on
Drift
retrouve
Championship,
Sébastien
Sébastien
Blanchet.
Blanchet.
Donc, vous l'avez
So, as you
compris,
understood,
sur la
at the
3e
third
marche du
position of the
podium,
podium,
nous
it's
retrouvons
Benjamin
Boulbès.
Boulbès. The drivers congratulate each other, everyone knows each other and everyone wants to win.
C'est la 3e année qu'on vient ici.
It's the 3rd year that we come here and it's always a pleasure to drive on this unusual and fast track. For us, it's the 3rd podium for the last 3 years. It's really a track that we especially love, and this weekend it's more special as it was the first time that we drove our car, so being on the podium wasn't expected. We still have a lot of work to do on the car, but we confirmed a lot of things and it's a great result for us. The winner of the 3rd round of the French Drift Championship at Croix-en-Ternois is Nicolas Dufour. Jocelyn Janin is disappointed, of course, but he did a great course. First victory for Nicolas Dufour, and so the runner-up is Jocelyn Janin. Really happy, really pleased of my course today to be on the highest position of the podium. I'm really glad. First position of the qualifications, first pole of qualification, and my first position, so I'm really pleased of this weekend. It was a great weekend.
Mes impressions.
I'm a little bit frustrated today. I thought that it was okay because it was a really tight battle with Nicolas, but Nicolas is really accurate and so I lost, but that's okay. We scored a lot of points and we did good battles with Ben and the other ones. With Kevin Orstein, I mean, it was great. The crowd is really happy, and as we can see, the drivers spray each other with champagne, of course. The round 3 of the French Championship Uniroyale 2016 on the track at Croix-en-Ternois is now finished. Thank you to all the teams of the track who welcomed us. It was an excellent weekend. We love it all, whether it was the drivers, the staff or the big crowd who came to watch the show. Congratulations to the drivers who made it to the podium, especially Nicolas Dufour for his first victory as poleman. Congratulations also to Jocelyn Janin, runner-up of the competition, and also Benjamin Boulbès for the 3rd position, Sébastien Blanchet also for the 4th position, who is really happy. See you in a few weeks at Tours for the American show. Bye bye!
American show. Ciao les amis.
Passion, business, loisirs, Mécassine hyper lubrifiant vous a présenté le championnat de France de drift.